So Monday was my wife's birthday. My birthday is this Saturday. I came out here the other day and started getting some of the old silicone off. I got about, I'd say, 3/4 of the way done. I just have really the top edge to do. I'm using one of these scrapers, and as you can see, my blade is kind of old. It's a little rusty. Let's see, and see if we can bend it. And because it's old, I bent it and it stopped being effective, and I didn't have any more. I had a box in place, don't know where it went, lost it, whatever. So I just ordered some of these. They got here this morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the top edge. The weather is not really super great. So initially I was going to leave the frame on the Jeep and just do it on the Jeep, but then I remembered I had these that are stripped out on the inside. So what I'm going to do is pull the hinges off from the bottom here. I could just do the top, but since I have to replace this, I need to do the bottom. I'm going to put a Zert fitting inside there. These are 1/4 by 20. So I ordered some new bolts as well, because this one on this side is stripped off, so it wouldn't fit in the new one, and I figured I might as well just do it all at once. So I'm gonna do 2 new ones. I ordered a little box. I think it's like 25 of them. They are not Torx bits, they are Allen, so no big deal. I'll just replace all of these with the Allen ones, so they're all the same. And then I'll put the Zert fitting in, and then I'll have, at least all those without a hole in it. So yeah, I'm gonna hop up here real quick and get the top of the off. Now this has been working pretty good. Pushing it with it like this, it seems to hang up more, but if I turn it over and I use it kind of more in this fashion, it seems to cut it really easily. It just kind of peels that stuff right off. So you do not have to get this super clean. Just get it as clean as possible. Like what I have here left, because the rubber will stick to the rubber. The new silicone seal will stick to that pretty good. If this was bare metal, you would definitely want to use the adhesion primer. You're going to want to use it on your glass anyway, so I ordered a can, but of course it was back ordered and it won't be here until Monday or Tuesday. That'll give me time to paint the frame anyway, green. That way I can paint it with the window out. So the only other thing I would have to do once I get ready to take the frame off is disconnect the windshield wiper motor. So that would be the next thing I have to do. So first things first, get rid of the old seal, lay the windshield down, get the motor disconnected, and then get these 4 screws out. I'm gonna have to take the doors out, but luckily it's a Jeep, so the doors come right off with one nut, and the other one's just a slip. So let's do that real quick. All right, so as you can see, I got that piece hanging there. So I got halfway through the top. I went back down the side and pretty much straight down here towards the middle. You can see where I peeled it off here too. I think it's coming off really easy, so that's not too bad. So I just basically have from this corner to the middle. It took me 2 razor blades, so the one I started with plus this one. And it cleans up pretty nice. I may come back in with that rubber wheel and just kind of go along the edge here, the flat parts, to just get it clean so that the new seals will go in nice and easy. But yeah, so it took like 15 minutes to get the windshield out. Figure about 20 minutes of this scraping to get the silicone out. Probably about 15-20 minutes to take the windshield off, set it down, get it flat if that's the way you're going to do it. So probably all total, you're probably looking around 2.5 hours, just depending on what other work you have to do or plan on doing. I'm old and slow, so if I get it done in roughly 2.5 hours, that's not too bad. So I'm going to finish this up, And then I have to make some lunch for the wife, and it's probably going to start raining, so probably wait till tomorrow maybe to start taking this off and getting that motor out of there. Try to think what else I can do in the meantime. I was up here looking inside the grill, and it is full of water, so I need to open up the tube that's inside the engine compartment where the water's supposed to flow out, because clearly it's not flowing out. So there is a lot of water down inside there. All right, so I got it off. Now there's a train. Let's see, can you see inside there? I'll wiggle it, can you see the water? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna hit it with that rubber wheel just to get all these like little loose bits and pieces out of there. But other than that, it's done. Pretty straightforward. I did break this blade at the end. I chipped the edge of it. No big deal. They're cheap. It was like $8.99 for 100 blades or something like that. But yeah, it's off pretty good, so we're good at that. I'm just going to probably take a look at this motor. I believe they're T27s to get that. I think maybe T20s. They look a little small. So yeah, from what I saw on this motor, I've seen a couple different videos. The one that seems to look like the most useful one, there was one video where it said something about trying to take the nut off of the back side of this, and then other people say if you take the nut side off, it will never tighten up again, right? And every time you run the windshield wipers, they'll disconnect. But if you pop this guy here, take the 3 bolts out of the motor, push everything sort of out of the way going that direction, you can lift this motor just a little bit, get a screwdriver under the edge of the arm. It's a little tight fit, and then it will slide out. But I do believe I do have to unscrew this screw, and I think this one up here on the motor, to have enough clearance. And then you can just pull the arm out and kind of hang it out of the way for now. But other than that, yeah, so that's coming along pretty good. So yeah, so that will be my next thing. I'll have to dig out the my Torx bit to do this, but that's fairly straightforward. And then there's a keeper clip, a C clip, and like a little rubber thing that holds the. I don't really even need to take the arm off because I'm just going to be sliding it back in. So, but if you were going to replace the motor, it's pretty much the same. Just trying to see here. Yeah, the inside of the frame looks pretty good. So I'll probably paint the inside of the frame black while I have it off, to match all the black that I'm doing on the interior. I will tape this up, the steering column, and paint it black at the same time. If you look, the door panels look pretty decent. You can see a few spots where I missed, but not too bad. So the interior is going to be black. Exterior is going to be this OD green. I do need to do something about the mirrors. I still need to get the stickers off, but we're good. Yeah, and all these come in these little plastic or paper deals. That's the old one that I had. But yeah, not too bad. All right, so we'll figure out what I'm going to do next and get back at it. Well, we might not get as much done as I had planned. Those clouds are moving in my direction, and they're pretty dark. So that might be it for right now. The other thing is I might have somebody interested in the 944. They want to trade. I'm not really sure. It's possibly a BMW X5 SUV kind of thing, twin turbo diesel. So it might be something I might be interested in. It looks pretty nice from the pictures. The guy's trying to figure out a way to get a truck and trailer so he can take this home. Seems like every single person I tell him this is a race car, They all want to drive it home on the road, and it's not registered because it's a race car. Strange. All right, enough side talking, but all right, let me get inside and get lunch started. All right, well, it's my birthday, March 30th today. Got a little bit of blue sky, got some dark clouds over there, got some dark clouds over there. It is supposed to rain today, so I figure what I'll do here is, while I've got a few minutes between raindrops, I'll go ahead and unbolt the motor for the windshield wipers so I can start getting this frame off. I will need to take this plastic piece off because I'm going to paint the inside of the frame flat black like everything else on the inside. And then I do need to get this hinge off, so I will need to unbolt the door. Then I will have the 3 bolts because I'm going to take the hinge off with the door, or not the door, with the frame, window frame, and get that done. So yeah, it's pretty clean. I got it 99% done. So I do want to paint it before I start doing anything else. So motor out of the way. I'm going to leave the brackets because I'm just going to go ahead and paint all of that. Not too worried about the seal getting a little bit of paint on it. It'll be fine. So yeah, so I'll unbolt the door, get the door out of the way. That way I can get to the 3 remaining Torx bits and that. So we'll start with the motor, and hopefully it doesn't take too long and I can get done. It poured pretty good last night. I got water standing on the fender there. So yeah, I think I'll start with the motor. That'll be the most easiest thing to do, and I do need to take Phillips head screwdriver or screw out here because it will need to be off, so I can get that out of there. Oh look, I got some rust up here too, so I'll clean that up with a brush or the wheel, and then I can put that rust inhibiting primer on there. Same thing up here. All right, let me get my tools and we'll knock these things out. Okay, so I got 3 bolts out. It's already starting to get a little overcast. Okay, so I had to pop this arm off. That is the arm that's connected to the motor. And I got the 3 T30s out. And the trick is, I unscrewed it here. The trick is you need to be able to lift up just enough right here to get that arm to clear this edge. And you can move. All right. So you can move this arm back out of the way, and that will allow you to kind of manipulate this one a little bit. So now what I had seen is a person just take a screwdriver and pry right here just a little bit, and then it's a tight fit, but it pops out. So I'm going to do that, but I'm going to need both hands to do that. Okay, and just like that, I can remove it and kind of just set it aside for now. I'll just let it hang right there so I can get rid of all the mud that was underneath there. That's nice. So yeah, we'll get this all cleaned up. So next thing to do is to unbolt the doors, which is this one. I think it's a 13 on each door, and then I can just go ahead and lift the doors out of the way, and then I can tackle these other Torx bits, and then I'll be able to just lift the window frame off. I'm not sure how heavy it is, so we'll see if I can get it off. If not, I'll holler at my neighbor. He's outside working, and oh, sun came out. It's a little warm again, and we'll see about getting that out of the way. But pretty easy. I still got to knock off that piece of plastic trim over there, just so that when I paint it, it's out of the way and I don't damage it. The other one's laying there under the back seat. All right, so I guess I should take that plastic off first before I forget. All right, well, I was wrong. It's a half inch, go figure. When I stood up my window frame, because it's been laying down the last couple days during the rain, it was full of water on the inside. So I guess having the open things there, you can, I don't know if you can see it's dripping right there. But we're gonna go ahead. I already got the other bolt, the nut off. So now we're gonna do this one. And they've been on there for a while, so I need both hands here for a second, and then I can get the door out of the way. All right, so nuts off. You can see it's a little corroded. It worked pretty good. So we'll just go ahead and open the door, and it should slide right off the pin. Clearly it has not been off in a long time. It was a little rough getting it out of there, so when I put it back, I will put some lubricant in there to keep it from seizing up. So next time will be a little easier. I still got to do the passenger one, but yeah, you can see where it's leaking here. Drip, drip, drip. All right, let's get the other one off. Okay, and just like that, both doors are off. I put the nut back on the door hinge. That way I don't misplace it or it doesn't get knocked off, because you know cats. So what I'm going to do is, well, this is still in the up position. I'm going to go ahead and take off the remaining bolt. This is the one that is damaged. So I'm going to put a Zert fitting behind there so that we have something to grab onto, because both of these are messed up. So that's the reason why I'm taking it off this way and not on the upper hinge, because I need to work on this. And it really doesn't matter anyway. So same amount of bolts, it's 4. But yeah, I want to put a Zert fitting behind there and put new hardware in there, because right now that's all we have. So all right, so I need to get the larger Torx bit, and we'll get these out here. Well, it's just spinning. So it looks like this one's stripped as well. So let me see what on the other side, if it's any better. We probably need Zert fittings there too. All right, so I can't touch this because I just put heat on it, but this one is definitely in there. It doesn't want to budge, and I don't want to strip it, so I just hit it with some heat. I'm gonna let it soak for a few minutes. I'm gonna hit it with some more heat, and then I'll try to back it out. While I'm doing that, I'll see if I can get the side ones loose. Okay, so I put some heat on it. Now it spins. These are spinning. They're not loosening. I can reach up behind, and I can feel that the whole assembly behind it is just spinning. If I'd have known that before I put the dash back in, I could have easily reached them. This side's not so bad. I got plenty of room to work. It's the driver's side that I'm more worried about. I do need to find some channel locks or something to see if I can hold the back side. We'll see what happens. I may end up having to take the upper part off first, just so I can get the window out of the way, so I can work on it while I'm messing with these. So yeah, if it isn't one little problem, it's another little problem. So, and I'm hoping that we don't run into the same issue with the uppers. I may go ahead and drill the uppers out and put in the Zerts there as well. We will have to see how everything comes apart. And just like that, the dash is back out. It makes it a lot easier to get up inside of here and reach these. Yeah, they got glue or something on them. I don't know what the hell that is. So yeah, but I was gonna have an issue getting to the driver one anyway, and this gives me a lot more room, and it literally just took a few seconds to pop it off. So okay, now we can grab it with a pair of vice grips and see if we can get them to come off. All right, so I got this one out. I thought they were welded on to the backside. They're not. They're just stuck in whatever this glue shit is that's up in here. I had to use my little torch to burn enough away so I could get my wrench on. It's a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to do the other two, get these last two off, and then this one should be done, and then I'll go over there and do the driver's side one. Alright, so using the torch, get those things hot. It will loosen up that sealant and you can spin them right off. If not, you're going to fight with them and fight with them and fight with them. They won't turn very easy because that sealant stuff will hold it. So do that and it should make your life a little easier. So yep, we're going to do the same thing over here. We got the 3 here on the bottom, that one, and these 2. So we're going ahead and get those done real quick. Yeah, once I got everything, so 1/2 inch nut on the inside if yours is all gooped up like mine are. Let's see if I can put some light in there. So that's the bolt. You can't even see the nut. So some heat will get rid of that. Like I said, I believe I'm going to put zerts in. That way I never have to take the dash apart to do this again, and we'll just call that good. So I don't know how many zerts I have in my kit. I'll have to count them. So we need 8. So I'll have to double check that. If not, I'll order some. And that way I can just do this when everything is done. All right. I need to get my screwdriver so I can, once I heat it up, I can get some of that crap out of the way so I can get the socket on real easy. All right, so I got the 6 out that were left. The heat really does make your life a lot easier. It turns whatever this sealant is, or whatever this body stuff is, it turns it soft. Once you can scrape up enough to get the nut out of there, or get the socket on the nut, what I did was I just heated it back up. Anytime it started to bind, I just heated it up, and as soon as it got hot, I was able to just spin it out. Just remember that they're hot, so try not to touch them. I just let them fall into the floor and drop on the ground and picked them up after a few minutes. So that means that my windshield should be free. Go ahead and set this over here. So the only reason why I have the hood up is because I have all my tools hidden over there in the battery tray. So but it did help me get to these without having to lift the hood or put it back down. So all right, so the windshield frame should be able to come out, so I am going to put the tools aside and see about getting all these or get the frame off there. We'll see what happens. All right, well, I just kind of wiggled it and jumped right out, but I got rust underneath here and rust on the backside, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean that up too and throw the primer on it. We'll call it good. Always fun. All right, so I'm gonna go over to the passenger side and get it off here. I have to figure out where I'm gonna put it so that I can paint it and put the new windshield in. I'm still waiting for the windshield primer to come in. It's supposed to be here Monday. All right, and it just seems like I'm almost about ready to run out of dryness, so I'll pull my tools away, get this off. I'll probably put it in the house. I'll figure out where I can work on it, where it's going to be dry, because I need to paint the back side and the front side, and we'll go from there. All right, so I hit a wire brush on this. This is the driver's side. Cleaned all the rust off, hit it with the rust activating primer, or deactivating primer. Once that dries, I'll probably put another coat on it, and then I'll paint it green, and then it'll have some primer. Oop, and it's starting to get raindrops on my head, so let me hurry along here. I need to, this side is a little bit more crusty. Yeah, it's really starting to sprinkle. All right, so I'll probably have to come back to this in a bit. I'll and use the wire wheel. So let me close the hood. You can see the raindrops starting to come, and I'll come back and get this all done. Alright, so I got the frame off. I've got it under the back patio carport thing, and I got a couple of coats of the rust inhibitor, and I got the first coat of black primer started. You can still see it's a little wet in spots. So that's the inside. Once this is fully dry and I get another coat on it, and I'll let that fully dry, I'll flip it over so that I can do the outside in green. Then I can start putting the seals in, or seal, the back seal, and getting the window prepped so that I can install the new glass on Monday when the primer comes in. So, yep, we're gonna let that dry, and we'll be back in a bit. Alright, so I got the front end cowling here sprayed. I put that rust primer on there, so looks pretty good. Might have to touch it up once I get the hood on. Definitely gonna have to go back over the hood. I got some lines where it was faded out. You can see the two different colors, so where the black paint and the fade white paint. So I'll fix that later, but that's looking good. This is pretty clean now. Oops, I need my scrubby pad. I'm gonna do the outside of the frame for the window, get it done so that it can dry, and then we will get it painted. All right, so flipped it over, got the first coat of green on. Gonna let that get set up, and then we'll come back over with another coat or two, and then I can start getting it ready for the gaskets and new windshield. All right, so got the windshield frame all ready, and to install the new window, I have the inside gasket, the outside gasket, the window seal, a brand new caulking gun because I can't find my old one and it was just easier to buy a new one. I've got some of the primer, that's what I've been waiting for today, and I've got some it's actually, let's see, super weather adhesive. So for this part here, I'm gonna just kind of, it had glue on it before, so we're gonna put some glue on it once we get everything set. We're working inside because this is the best place I've got to do this right now. I don't know when I'm going to be able to get this video up. My laptop took a crap on me, and I am in the process of recovering the hard drive, and hopefully most of it will come back, because I had backed up to a remote drive here about a week ago, but I still lost quite a few files, so we will see. So first thing I'm going to do is put the inner seal on, and then I will get the glass, which is in the other room, and we will get it fitted in there just to make sure everything is good. Then we will lay our bead of window adhesive around the outside and get that set, and then we'll do the inside. And yeah, so step one, getting the gasket in. All right, step one, the gasket is in. You kind of have to work it around until it gets all the way in. The bigger side goes on the back side, on the end where the inside is going to be, and then there's going to be a little bit left over, and that's how that goes on there. And that is it. So I'm going to go ahead and just lay the glass in here, make sure that everything lines up, and then I'll come back, take the glass back out, and run the bead of window seal in there, and we'll put the outer trim on. Okay, so test fitting, no glue, haven't done anything other than set the window in, making sure that it is the correct window, and it is. So you can see there's a little bit of a gap around the edge, and that's what that trim piece there for. It will center the glass. So once you get the glue down, you'll center the glass once that strip's in place. So don't start pushing on it immediately until you start putting that strip in. Also, you want to be able to read the word Jeep facing you. So this is, you see the windshield wiper blade, so it's facing the front of the Jeep. That is the wonderful pass sticker that says that it passed, I guess being a piece of glass. All right, so next thing I'm going to do is pop that out of there, and we'll set up the caulking gun with the window adhesive. We will get the glass primed with the little primer. Maybe you can read it. It's just 3M primer. I got everything off of Amazon, depending on what was in stock and what wasn't. This was like $10. I think this was like $10. So I'll put the links in the description for the seals and the glass and everything. Sometimes you can find better deals, sometimes you can't. For me, I was looking for speed over deals, so you know, I don't get paid for it. So, but I will give you a link in case you were wondering what I got if you needed it. So yep, I'm gonna pop the glass back out of there, and then I will start getting everything else ready. All right, so as I was getting the primer ready, I opened it up expecting to have a little brush on the inside of the cap, and there wasn't any. So luckily I ran to the store and picked up a set of these foam brushes. That will work just fine to get the primer in place. It was like $1 something, so not too bad. But all right, so I need to pop the glass out, get the frame primered, then I'll lay down the sealant, and then I will primer the glass and put the glass in. And then, well, before I start pushing it down, I will get the seal in place and do that. I'm doing it by myself, so hopefully it goes smoothly. All right, so I got the glass back out. It's over there. I got the thing here. I am going to use this 3M super adhesive here. Is there a part number on here? Yep, 08008. I'm having a problem with that inner gasket staying in place, so I'm going to go along on a couple of spots and use this to kind of just set it. You don't need a whole lot. It just takes a little bit, so that will help keep it in place while you're moving shit around. And then we're going to prep our can. So our window seal adhesive comes out really thick, so the hole needs bigger is better. So get that thing as big as you can get it without destroying the threaded part, because you will need the applicator, which I have now just misplaced. Oh, it's over here. Per the 3M website, it says to cut a little V channel in your application tip, and you want about at least a 1/2 inch. But you want it high enough that it clears this gasket. That way when you set the glass down. So bigger is better. I only bought 1 tube. I'm hoping it's going to be enough. If it's not, then I will have to start the process over. Nobody really said how many tubes this should take, so we'll see. I don't want to have to do this twice. If I run out before I get through it, then I'll stop what I'm doing and peel it all back off and order some more. Okay, so you can see that there is the primer there along the channel now where it was green. It pretty much ate through that brush pretty quickly. So I did the one side, and then I have one brush left to do the other, do the glass. So we'll knock that out. So I'm going to prep my sealant adhesive. I keep calling it sealant. Too many products. So the adhesive, like I said, I'm going to use this. I've got this old driving tool that I'm going to throw out anyway because it's kind of so I'm going to go ahead and drive a hole in that. Then we'll prep the can, and then we have this super duper cocking gun. It's supposed to be one of the better ones. Gives you a little bit more leverage. I think it has a I saw a rating on, well, maybe it was on the sticker. Yeah. So it's a 26-to-1 thrust. So hopefully it's a little easier to get that. Like I said, I didn't want to buy an electric one. All right, so nice big hole. Should be ready to go. Well, that went south quickly. Got the window in, started putting the outer whelping in, and somehow I got it crooked, so it was tight on this side, loose on that side. I couldn't reposition it, and as you can see, the window's back out, and I've got to let this set up a while so I can scrape it off, and I'm just going to take it down to my local glass place and let them do it, because by the time I order more sealant and calm down, it ain't worth it. So if you have two people and you to help steady everything, go ahead and do it. If you're doing it by yourself, make sure that frame is well secure. If not, you'll end up with a shit show like I did, and well, you can see it's all over the glass. So yep, that's that. So thanks for watching. Next episode will be me putting the frame back in the Jeep with the glass in it, because I'd taken it to the shop. So yeah, I gotta get all this cleaned up.